Max Fried, a dominant pitcher in Atlanta and World Series MVP, now making New York City look like child's play after receiving the largest contract for a lefty in MLB history. So what took him from solid to stardom in pinstripes? Stick around to find out in this breakdown brought to you by my subscribers. Do it.
I am McLovin.
In his 8 years as a Brave, Max consistently had an ERA at or below 3. His great seasons were highlighted in 2021 when he played an integral role in Atlanta's World Series run. Known for his devastating Uncle Charlie, the Yankees decided he had done enough to earn $218 million. Unbeknownst at the time of his signing, ace Garrett Cole would go down in spring training with TJ, and Fried would be immediately thrown into the fire. At the time of this video, he has 10 wins and a tiny 2.13 ERA. To start our dissection of his alien-like stats, let's examine his mechanics. There are no high-frame clips of him as a Yankee yet, but not much has changed since he was with the Braves. Like we saw with Scooble in our last breakdown, Fried also has a high leg kick he uses to immediately propel himself down the mound. Unlike Scooble, Fried weighs under 200 pounds, so he is much more reliant on his quick time to the plate and proper kinematic sequencing to supply his power. Something Max does that is different from other pitchers is that he has a disproportionate amount of weight on his front leg at landing. Looking back to his high school years, we can see the same thing, meaning it is a natural signature of his. But his arm is still up and ready at full foot contact with plenty of rotational energy stored, as evident in his aggressive follow-through. The real fun in analyzing him comes when we look at the ways in which he uses his many pitches. He throws a bit of everything, but it is clear he is a supinator, which is just a fancy way of saying he has natural glove side cut on his ball. Everyone has been talking about the addition of a seam-shifted wake sinker thanks to the Yankees pitching department, and from what I can see, it has greatly changed his plan on the mound. For example, we see that he now throws his sinker 40% of the time to lefties, more than any other pitch, and his cutter 35% of the time to righties, also more than any other pitch. Remember what I just said about Fried being a supinator? Well, the improvement of his sinker now allows him to throw hard pitches, breaking into the hands of both righties and lefties. But beyond this, he is still a tough code to crack. One-on-one, he throws pretty much everything in the kitchen sink. However, he still sticks to his guns and throws his curveball a high percentage of the time when he is ahead in the count, with which he has a 40% whiff rate. A lot of people hate on his K per 9 percentage, which is only 30th in the league, but he throws almost half of his pitches in the zone, which allows him to be a horse for the Yanks. One of my favorite things about Max is that he uses his velocity strategically. When throwing his fastball in non-strikeout situations or during lulls in the game, he hovers right around 94, but in a tough situation, he dials it up to 98 miles an hour to blow away opposing hitters. So what's the takeaway from all this? Max Fried has built a sustainable approach to his craft that has allowed him to pitch the same way he did in his 20s as a 31-year-old, and likely well into his 30s. This guy's a pitcher, not a thrower, so don't be surprised if he racks up multiple Cy Youngs with New York. If you learned something from this video, liking and subscribing would go a long way, as these take time to make, and I'm looking to grow this channel so it reaches a broader audience. I hope you will do both, and I'll see you next time.